The time now is 25 minutes past 11. If we take a step away from the high-level diplomacy and look at actually what's happening on the ground, how are people in Ukraine feeling right now? Now, Yaroslava Antipina is a Ukrainian businesswoman who has managed to leave Kiev. She's writing a Twitter war diary. You can take a look at that. If you're on Twitter, it's called @StrategyWoman. Yaroslava, hello.
Hello. Nice to hear you, everyone.
It's good to hear you. How are you? Where are you at this moment in time? Tell me what you can tell me in terms of safety.
Yeah, at the moment, I am with my son in Western Ukraine. We flew here on March 1st, actually from Kiev. It's safe here at the moment, not in Kiev, but in Western Ukraine, where a lot of Ukrainians are now. So,
okay,
just for the time being, yeah.
Right. Okay. You decided to write a diary. When did that begin?
It was began actually the night of bombing, probably 6 a.m. in the morning on February 24. I was woken up by explosions, and at first I mentioned it earlier on my Twitter. I thought that were fireworks, but I understood that it was a very silly thought, and I opened my mobile phone, and the first phrase I saw, the war has started. It's really terrifying right now. Even so, I looked in my window and I saw a lot of people were running with their children, with heavy suitcases, actually running. And in an hour, I decided that I need to write it down. And maybe it's a silly thing to say there, but I thought at that moment that I may not have access to any paper diaries. All I have is my Twitter, old Twitter account with 10 subscribers or even less.
Well, so you have much more now. What's the response been?
I've received a huge response from the world, from people all over the world. Actually, they're drinking coffee with me. They're sharing their photos. They're this life as I tell. So I thank you. I thank everyone for this huge support.
Now, I have looked at your Twitter feed, and I noticed that there was a gentleman in your apartment next to you who was a snorer, and you were worried about him, and he's okay. There was also someone who used to sneeze. How's the sneezer? Have you found out?
No, unfortunately not. Yes, maybe.
And these are your neighbours. These are people that you kind of just...
This is my neighbours. Actually, my sneezing man, as I'm used to call him, stayed in Kiev. I have any chance just to check him. I've got some colleagues left in Kiev. Every morning I'm checking how are they. Today morning they wrote me that everything was quite okay. But unfortunately, I don't have any access to my neighbor, sneezing man, as opposed to snoring one. Sorry for these guys that I call you such names, but anyway, the snoring man is fine. He's my neighbor here. So he's alive. Yeah, he's safe.
I want to talk to you about your son, who's 19 years old. He's with you at this moment in time?
Yeah. He's with me, and I'm here with my mom too. So actually, we came here to my mom. He was really in panic. He called me many times a day, just please return. It's a safe place here. Don't stay in Kiev. And on March 1st, we decided that it's the right time. Yeah.
Now he's 19, and
19, yes.
At the moment, if you are male and you are aged between 18 and 60, you are not allowed to leave Ukraine.
Yes.
And you are being urged to be available. Well, you've been told to be available to fight. What's your son's attitude to this?
It's difficult because every moment he just tell me, Mom, I want to fight. I'm going to the war. it's impossible. You know, it's very hard to share my feelings.
So he wants to fight, does he?
Wait. He wants to fight. Yes, yes. But he's so young. Actually, he's a student, as I am as a mom. Cannot allow him just to go and fight. But in case if it's needed, actually, we'll fight. I'll fight too. So
you'll fight too, did you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, women in our country are fighting now.
How are you preparing for that?
Oh my God. At the moment, I actually don't know how to use the gun, but I do think that not a lot of people, Ukrainian people, knew how to do it before. So I'll manage it.
Are you going to try to learn?
Sorry.
Are you going to try to learn soon to use a gun?
Soon, yes. It's impossible right now, because even in our forces here, yes, people have guns, men actually. And also, I didn't mention it on my Twitter that I asked them, okay, guys, can you take me with you just to teach me how I can do this? They just laughed and said that it's not the right time.
You know, your life has completely changed. You're a chief strategy officer in an IT company. That's your job.
Yeah.
And now you're a woman who, with your son and now with your mother, away from your home, who's talking about learning to use a gun. Do you ever sit down and just think, how? How has it come to this?
To tell you the truth, I don't think right now about things like that. I decided that I'll think about it later. All I can do at the moment is to stay strong, to do whatever I can, to work, to support my mom, my son, to support people from Kiev. I buy them some kind of things. I ask my international community to buy, for example, things for babies, food for babies, no formula here. So I'll think about it later, after the war.
I know you're developing this app just to make sure it's clear that will connect people in Ukraine who need help as you talk about these shortages. I know now you've got more than 75,000 followers. And it's not something we do very often where we flag up Twitter handles. But I think yours, @StrategyWoman, is definitely worth talking about. What will your day involve today?
Your
day today. How will your day be today?
A day, just regular day?
Yeah, just a day. That's okay.
Yeah, just a day. I would like to say that it's quite normal, but my mornings start, as I tweet, with work coffee and checking my colleagues from Kiev. My colleague was in Sumy, and yesterday she was evacuated with her family at last. My colleagues all over the world actually right now. So after this check, after this morning, just very terrifying check, because I've got colleagues that we have no connection right now. Mm-hmm. Some of them. So we still don't know what's going on with them. Are they alive? After that, I work. It helps me just to stay strong. Try to talk with my son, because it's very hard for him. And my Twitter is the light in all this wartime.
I know you enjoy your coffee. I hope you have at least one peaceful cup of coffee today. And I wish you all the best, and your son, of course. Thank you so much for talking to me, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yaroslava Antipina. Wow. An inspirational businesswoman who has left Kiev. She's writing that Twitter war diary. She's helping people. She's developing an app to connect people in Ukraine. If you want to take a look at her Twitter, it's @StrategyWoman.